to start off by something that he had mentioned to me that kind of had me trouble for a long time back in May of this year. He said, Al, with all of the lawyers and with all of the attorneys and the paralegals and everybody's put so much faith in to help get me out, he said, I'm going to be honest with you. The reality of it is that no one's going to be able to get me out but the 144,000.
That's right.
Hold on. Yeah, we like the chair, but at the time, I didn't know how that was going to be possible. I mean, we were doing research, we were looking up all types of cases and information and pulling up different trials that's taken place, but how are we going to actually be the ones to free our Maku, to free our chief? How are we going to do it? I mean, without law degrees and without the bar, without being able to get up there and speak for him and to be able to convey how we feel about what's happening to him and how we feel about how he's being mistreated in the judicial system, how are we going to be able to do it? He kept saying, there's a rock with the key under it. You all must find that rock. You must find that key. It's hidden somewhere, but you all have to find it. But you know something? All praise due to the Great Spirit that we were shown that key.
That's right.
We were shown that key by way of the fact that now we have the information that if this is our chief, no matter what anybody says, if we declare him as our chief, then that's exactly who and what he is. And more importantly, if all of us as the Yamassee tribe are declaring him as our chief and Maku, then that also means that there's no one else out there who can say that that's not who he is. And so, once that information came, and we realized that that's what we had to do. That's how we're going to get our master teacher out. By declaring him as who and what he is, and that we all recognize him as the chief of our tribe. And he also let down legal avenues for us to express that so that we can enforce his inalienable rights to whereas it can never be taken away again. But yeah, it's okay. They have him in New York right now. If those of you who don't have the address, you should get the address. You can get it inside of the brown mare, because he wants letters each and every single day so that they know that they have a chief, a Native American locked up there. You follow that? Have him locked up there against his rights. But he's there, supposedly under a mental evaluation. Right? But you know what? That's okay, because they thought Jesus was crazy too. They thought Moses was crazy. They thought Muhammad was crazy. They thought Osceola was crazy. They thought Sitting Bull, Chief Joseph, Chief Washaki, Red Cloud. They thought all of them were crazy. So why should we think that our chief would be treated any differently? You understand? But he's coming home real soon. And that's the message he wants to convey to everyone. They don't have anything, which is why they're trying to buy time now. They thought they had him under a plea bargain that wasn't a bargain at all, until they found out that he knew his rights and that he made that under duress. He didn't choose to do it. Y'all made him, forced him in order to go into that plea. That wasn't a bargain. And then you had him in all of these different institutions torturing him. How many people wrote to the health auditor about how they were treating him in the facilities, how they weren't giving him his medicine, how they knew on record that he had a condition that wasn't being addressed. Many of us said it was abuse, it was mistreatment, but abuse and mistreatment isn't on their books. Torture is on their books. That's on their books. So when we start crying torture and how they've been going against the civil rights of the United Nations, that's when they listen. Now they're trying to buy time, but their time is up. He's saying, bring it on to trial. Let's go to trial, because you don't have anything. We're not running any longer. So now they're trying to push it into January. Why? Because all of the pale man's holidays are coming up. And so now he's trying to buy time to reconfigure a case again. They thought they would get it as easy as a plea bargain. We said, the hell with the plea bargain. Let's take it to trial. And in the midst you taking it to trial, you're violating another international law by having a tribal chief get tried into a court that's not amongst his peers. You follow that? So they have a lot of trouble. A lot of trouble. Why are they trying to buy time now? All we have to do is support our master teacher, our chief and spiritual guide, Maku, Black Thunderbird, get these letters out. There was something also that came down. It's based off of a movie, actually, where they were writing letters. It was about a man who was declaring himself as Santa Claus, but nobody else in the town or in the city or in the state wanted to recognize him as who he was. You follow? So all of the children, all of the adults who recognized that person as Santa Claus started sending letters. And you know what? At the end of the day, they had to recognize that if all these people recognize him as Santa Claus, then that must be who he is. What was the name of that movie? Remember? Miracle on 34th Street, right? We're about to make a miracle happen right here on Wahana. And I'm going to wrap it up with this. He wrote me again and said, Al, I see it. The prophecy. Let me let you know what the prophecy is. All back in Right Knowledge, even before then, as Asaru Allah. We have said that in year 2000, the devil's rule was going to be up. Then we got taught about the anomaly that created a 3-year offset of every decade, which brought it into 2003, which is really the year 2000. That's the end of the devil's rule. But for this whole time, we couldn't see how the devil's rule was going to end. If we're honest, we didn't see. Is it going to be a miracle? How is this going to happen? But he said to me that the day that I walked outside of that prison, onto my own land, onto my own indigenous land, at that very moment, I will be free. And if I'm free, you all are free. And if we're all free, that is the end of the devil's rule. Let's give it up again for everyone that came up here and spoke today about us and our nation and the great things we're doing and will be doing.